News 4.
President Trump is calling for a group of Democratic lawmakers to be arrested and to face the death penalty.
He called for our hanging and death. I mean, it's an outrageous and dangerous thing.
Why the president is accusing them of sedition.
Preparations from Light Up Night.
It's all hands on deck for downtown.
The latest from Pittsburgh Public Safety.
For the second time in 1 week, a vape shop was raided for selling illegal items in Westmoreland County. What led to the raid and why it's expected to continue in the area.
The Pittsburgh Riverhounds are going for their first USL championship title. We'll take you to the send-off.
Pittsburgh's Action News 4 at 5 starts now.
Right now, downtown Pittsburgh gets ready for one of its busiest days of the year. Light Up Night is coming up this Saturday. Thank you so much for joining us for Pittsburgh's Action News 4 at 5. I'm Shannon Perrine.
I'm Andrew Stockey. With so many people heading downtown, Pittsburgh police are ensuring that the celebration will be safe and accessible.
Covering Allegheny County, we've got Sheldon Ingram joining us live from downtown Pittsburgh. So Sheldon, what sort of preparations are police taking? There's big crowds down there.
Yes, well, Pittsburgh Public Safety delivered a briefing a little while ago on some of the more important matters that the public should take in ahead of Light Up Night. And it all starts with street closures and parking restrictions.
I think the main thing is if you can take an alternate form of transportation downtown that night, that's the best idea, because there's so many events on Grant Street, on Liberty, leading down to Market Square and all the different light up areas.
Pittsburgh Public Safety says more than 70,000 people are expected to attend Light Up Night. A special note this year, Market Square is under renovation, so the holiday market will move over to the Cultural District on Penn Avenue. Also, more than 100 law enforcement officers will patrol the event, and they include uniformed officers, K9, mounted officers, and surveillance.
There's 3 stages, so there's going to be stages with different music events going to. That's all on a 2025 Visit Pittsburgh of all the activities going on downtown. The way we divide it up is we have 4 sectors. We divide it in 4 sectors, and that's how we staff officers in them areas.
For all the information you need to know about Light Up Night, you're invited to go to our website, WTAE.com. Covering Allegheny County and Pittsburgh, Sheldon Ingram, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
All right, Sheldon, thank you. Now to Pittsburgh's action weather. An impact day this morning due to that dense fog outside. An impact day tomorrow because of late day showers.
Right now, it is cloudy but dry for all of that holiday fun. So we find Chief Meteorologist Mike Harvey at one of these holiday events. So the opening night at Overly's Country Christmas in Mount Pleasant Township. And Mike, it's such an exciting time. Doesn't matter if there's clouds in the sky, right?
It doesn't, and the rain is holding off, and it will for the rest of the night for the opening night, so that's certainly some good news, and they are just finalizing preparations here. We're going to open the gates at 5:30, and we'll start to see the people begin to flow in. But let's talk about that weather and let you know what's going to happen. As we head into tomorrow morning, we'll be looking for low temperatures down around 40 degrees. Highs tomorrow are going to be topping out right about 52 degrees, and then as we go through the day, really it's going to be kind of socked in. Maybe a break or two in the cloud, but really mostly cloudy skies as we head through the day and we get into the evening hours on Friday. We'll start to see rain showers develop, but it'll be south of Pittsburgh, initially south of I-70, and then it will start to move up as we go through the evening and nighttime hours, especially late night, and as we go into early on Saturday morning. That's when we'll have the most widespread rain that will be around the area. Most of it is going to get out of here before the weekend. We'll see our last showers that will be developing and pushing through in the morning hours. So as we go through the day on Saturday, we are going to be seeing the rain showers that are going to stop, the clouds that are going to decrease slowly and gradually as we go through the day, and then we'll finally see some sunshine by the end of the day on Saturday. We'll also see some sunshine on Sunday. Well, we are here at Overly's Country Christmas, and it's a beautiful sight. All the lights are just getting ready to go on, and one of the most important buildings is right behind me. I showed you the Kids Express train ride. Another thing for the kids, Santa's Workshop. I hear Santa is going to be there soon, and we're going to definitely be seeing that when the kids arrive here in about a half hour when we open things up. Well, we're here at Overly's Country Christmas. Some of the proceeds from this, from the people who come through, go to Project Bundle Up.
All right, Mike Harvey live at Overly's Country Christmas. Thank you very much. Meantime, a string of vape shop raids by the Westmoreland County District Attorney's Office continued yesterday in Youngwood. Now, since 2023, investigators have found what they call illegal items inside several shops, and this effort is expected to continue. Westmoreland Bureau reporter Ed Diorio joining us live right now from Youngwood. So, Ed, how frequently are we seeing raids like this in the county?
Well, Andrew, to put this into perspective, yesterday's investigation and raid is the second one within the last 8 days. It happened here at this tobacco and vape shop here in Youngwood. And this investigation and raid ended up in what the district attorney's office calls $100,000 worth of illegal items. Undercover agents went into the shop prior to Wednesday's raid to purchase what they believed were illegal items. Those efforts led to the execution of a search warrant on Wednesday. That led to the confiscation of items including Delta 8, Delta 10, and THCA. All of them are illegal to sell in the Commonwealth. THCA can be sold in Pennsylvania as long as the THC level is below 0.3%. Immigration and Customs Enforcement agents also took the employee working inside at the time of the raid because he had immigration detainers. He's expected to be deported. The raid on Wednesday morning in Youngwood Borough was the second since last Wednesday. That was when 2 men were arrested in North Huntington after police confiscated what they called illegal items. In October of 2024, 3 different vape shops were raided in Lower Borough. In March of 2023, in Murraysville, 2 vape shops were busted for allegedly selling marijuana to minors. Tony Marcochi, a detective with the district attorney's office, told me on Thursday that all of these calls came from family members or school employees, tipping authorities that underage kids were being sold the items from those shops. Marcochi also told me that the county is not out trying to bust vape shops at random. However, in a statement about the string of raids, Westmoreland District Attorney Nicole Ziccarelli said, quote, "We are committed to protecting the safety and well-being of our citizens here in Westmoreland County, and we will continue to abide by the law. If our investigations uncover unlawful activities and illegal operations, we will act swiftly and appropriately." No charges have been filed at this time, and that includes against the employee who was detained by ICE. The investigation is ongoing. Covering Westmoreland County tonight, in Youngwood, Ed Diorio, Pittsburgh's Action News 4.
All right, Ed, thanks. Let's turn to this big national story right now. It has local implications. In a series of social media posts, President Donald Trump calls for a group of Democratic lawmakers to be arrested, put on trial, and even face the death penalty.
It's not how a democracy can survive when you have people with the most power in the country calling for the death of their political rivals.
One of those lawmakers is Congressman Chris Deluzio from our area. He's part of a group who released a video urging U.S. service members to defy illegal orders. Our White House correspondent Christopher Salas joins us live on the North Lawn right now. So, Christopher, the president's posts are getting a lot of attention today.
Yeah, Shannon, seditious behavior punishable by death. That's a quote from the president describing the actions of these lawmakers you just referenced. All of them current, or I should say former service members or intelligence officers, also current congresspeople. Here's what the president was reacting to. Take a look at this video.
Threats to our Constitution aren't just coming from abroad, but from right here at home.
Our laws are clear. You can refuse illegal orders.
President Trump called that video from 6 Democratic lawmakers seditious behavior at the highest level. He called them traitors who should be arrested and put on trial. Their words cannot be allowed to stand. We won't have a country anymore. An example must be set, he wrote.
It is a dark day in America where the president is willing to call for political violence because he doesn't like the words that we've said about our Constitution and a core principle of adherence to our sacred oath.
We spoke with 2 of the lawmakers in that video. Neither would specify what illegal orders they were referring to, but they pointed back to the oath they swore while serving.
That principle is that our service members follow only lawful orders. This is a core American and constitutional idea. It is not controversial, and it is specific.
The White House fired back.
We do things by the books, and to suggest and encourage that active duty service members defy the chain of command is a very dangerous thing for sitting members of Congress to do, and they should be held accountable, and that's what the president wants to see.
We reached out to the DOJ, who told us they don't comment on potential and/or ongoing investigations. Shen.
All right, Christopher, thank you.
Meantime, Governor Josh Shapiro also responding to the president's post, saying in part, quote, he's actively encouraging political violence once again, ratcheting up the real risk of danger to our elected leaders and deepening the divides in our country, end quote. You can find more reaction from lawmakers on our website, WTAE.com.